You are listening to The Game Plan on the official Raiders Podcast Network. Here's your host, JT the Brick.
David, congratulations on the deal, being back with the Silver and Black. Welcome to Raider Nation Radio. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm doing well, and I appreciate it. What a warm welcome. How are you?
I couldn't be better. First off, I'm excited. We, being the Raider Nation, only want people here and players who want to be here, and you seem to signify that. You love it here. It's a great fit for you. What is your mindset being a Raider, and how much you want to help this defense and team attain their goals?
You know, I feel like on other teams I kind of was, I kind of had to change who I was. I couldn't really flourish how I would have wanted to. And, you know, like you said, here's a great fit for me. You know, the coaching staff, I mean, the city, Raider Nation, the fan base, I think this is it for me. You know, I want to retire a Raider. You know, I got Marinelli here, got Coach Gruden. You know, these guys gave me a chance coming out of retirement when no one else did. And, you know, I built a great relationship with the Raider staff. I've always had a great relationship with Marinelli. And now it's just time to finish what we started. You know, it's time for me to come in here and get back in shape. You know, I haven't really done much of anything for, 2 years, as you guys know. So, you know, I have a whole off season now. It's time for me to get ready to come in and dominate. You know, by football camp, I should look completely different than I do now. And we're ready to get in here, win some games, you know, get this defense down packed and take it to the Super Bowl.
I've been with the Raiders over 20 years, and I know the difference between someone and the legends that I've interviewed in the past who really want to be here and have an attitude like that. So let's begin. I want to start off with leaving Dallas, and I saw the Athletic column by Vic Tafur, and what is the level of the past and the bitterness with the Cowboys and now coming to the Raiders? Is that something that fuels you going forward, or is that something you're ready to put behind you? Where is that on your radar?
Well, the Dallas Cowboys have been behind me for some time now. You know, I've gotten closure with everything that happened, and it is what it is. And with that being said, I am very excited to play the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's always some motivation there. Got some old friends there, old teammates there, old coaches, you know. So, yeah, it's always going to be good to play the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, and when you think of the Cowboys in the past and the legends that played, when you think of the Raiders and the great players that played, I'm sure you saw the Al Davis 30 for 30. You see the culture in the building from Oakland now to Las Vegas, and Howie Long and the great defensive players that have come before you. Does that mean a lot to you, the history of the organization and the legends and the Hall of Famers?
Oh, well, of course. I feel like it has to. You know what I'm saying? When you get with an organization or a team and you're here and you're with the players every day, you are a part of the organization now. Once a Raider, always a Raider, you know? You have to love it. You got to get in there, and you have to feel it. You said you could, you see the tradition. Well, you feel it in the building. It feels good.
Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Since starting Allegiant some 20 years ago, we've flown more than 100 million people to be with those they love. We're pilots, flight attendants, and technicians, but we're also parents, spouses, and neighbors. And just like you, we're excited to reconnect with the people and places that matter most. That's why we're going the distance for health and safety, on the ground and in the air. Because the further we go now, the safer it'll be to go farther tomorrow. Allegiant, the official airline of the Las Vegas Raiders. Low fares, nonstop flights, only at Allegiant.com.
David Irving joins us of the Silver and Black. So the ability to come here now, Mike Mayock believes in you, John Gruden believes in you. It seems to be a contract built on incentives where you have a lot to prove. So what type of rotation are you fighting for? How could you stay on the field as much as possible, stay healthy, build up that body again? What are some short-term goals and expectations for you?
Well, it starts in the off season for sure. My biggest thing is getting my cardio right. Getting in shape. Unfortunately, I've been able to get by off natural talent for some time now. It's time I put the work behind it, and that started already. As long as I'm able to stay on the field, I feel like I'll be on the field for as long as I could take it. I remember back in the Dallas days, I believe it was the Tampa Bay game. I did pretty well. Marinelli had me in the fourth quarter, and I remember I actually threw up on the field, and I'm sitting there tapping my helmet, and I'll look at him, and he'll give me the finger, one more, and I'm like, all right, cool, one more. Well, that one more turned into 11 more and about 2 or 3 more sacks. So it's all on me. if I could get in shape and I'm able to dominate, I'll be on the field, and I'm prepared to be a starter.
Yeah, you talked about in the athletic piece that you want to be a leader. And at times when people hear the word leadership, it offends other people who think that there is a lack of leadership. You got a quarterback in Derek Carr who is a leader. He wears the C, the captain, on his chest there. But when you look at this defense, there's been turnover the last couple of years. Now Gus Bradley comes in to try to get more out of this defense. So what do you think you can do in this locker room and in the Henderson facility to lead every day by example? Because you know all Gruden cares about is availability. If you're not available, you can't play. If you're available, he expects you to play like a beast.
Exactly. And for me, I think it starts with getting in shape. You know, it's very hard to lead when you're not out there. It's very hard to lead when you're not putting in that work. You have to earn it, you know, of course, socially with your teammates, but you also got to earn it on the field. You got to earn it with your work. You know, I was here last year, and, you know, I wanted to be more of a leader. However, I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel like I put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Kind of came in halfway through the season, played a little bit. It didn't feel right for me. So for me, I feel like the leadership's going to come as time goes on. It's inevitable. It is what it is. I am who I am. Once I get in shape, my actions will show it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Discuss Bradley defense, because with COVID protocols and the ability to have OTAs and the lack of getting together typically like you're used to back from your college days and coming in as a pro, what do you sense he's going to bring differently here? From the Legion of Boom in Seattle, he was a head coach in Jacksonville, and a different type of scheme or level of practice and competition that might have been missing last year?
I think the biggest thing is going to be attitude. I think the biggest thing is attitude. You know, we have all the physical tools we need to be great. We just got to put it all together. You know, we just got to put it together with teamwork and mindset. And I feel like he's going to bring that. I feel like I got a pretty good idea of what his mindset is. And I don't know, I'm ready to put it all together. You know, we do have a new staff. We're going to have some new players. I'm a new piece to the team. And I think it's a fresh start for everyone. We just got to all put it together and all put on that work and be on the same page. Everyone's physically able in the NFL. Who's mentally able, you know?
David Irving is our guest. Absolutely. What is your strength as a down defensive lineman? Stopping the run, getting to the quarterback. What do you think you need to improve on?
That's a tough question, because I play every position across the defensive line. So that's a strength within itself. You know, Coach Marinelli is able to put me wherever need be for that week, for the matchup, and not many players could do that. You have great sack leaders on the outside of the line, defensive end, linebacker position, and you have your rushers on the inside, nose guard and three technique. Not many of those guys can interchange on both sides of the field at every position. So I feel like that's one thing I could bring. I know that I draw a lot of double teams and sometimes triple teams. That'll free up my teammates as well. What I need to improve on, though, is the biggest thing, cardio. I have to be able to produce more than 2 or 3 plays and get tired, more than 5 or 6 plays and get tired, you know, because I'm not myself when I'm fatigued. No one is. So I definitely need to work on my cardio and my pad level. Always got to work on my pad level. I'm 6'8". You know, that's pretty tall for an interior lineman. So I'm already losing that battle. So keeping my pads down, and that again comes with conditioning. It's so easy to be low on the first 2 or 3 plays. It's not so easy to stay low on play 10 or 12 of the drive, you know.
David Irving joins us. I'm loving this conversation. This is exactly what this defense needs, especially in the offseason. So you have Mad Max Crosby, who is really a guy who's elevated. Where he was drafted, I think he's playing above his level, and he's loving the fact that he's finding success. And then there's Clelin Ferrell, who was taken number 4 overall a couple of drafts ago after a national championship at Clemson. What do you see with him as an opportunity to mentor him and show him what you're going to do? Because he seems like that player who's right there, has all the upside, came from Clemson, played in the biggest games, but is trying to find a rhythm as an NFL down lineman. What could you do to help him become a better teammate and become a better player?
I can help him with practice. When we're there every day, you know, I always teach. I've already taught some of my teammates some pass rush moves that work well for me. But not just teach and help develop. because, hey, it's easier for some of these fast speed guys to come in and make the transition from college to NFL. You don't get much faster, you know what I'm saying? However, playing as a down lineman, you do get much stronger. You're not going against 19 and 20-year-olds anymore. You're going against 27-year-olds and 30-year-olds. It is a big difference. It is a big gap. And that just comes with time and development and playing. But, these are some great players we have, and I look at it as an opportunity to learn from them as well. I want to see what works for them. How could they help me as well? And I feel like when we all are on that same page and we're all helping each other, that's how you accelerate your growth.
One of the things I love about your position and your attitude is you got to go up against Rodney Hudson. You got to go up against him in practice, but it isn't like the 70s, 80s, 90s, 80s before you were born where it's a war in practice. You guys are in shells a lot. You're in shorts. You're not having those fierce practice days, but when you do have that contact with Colton Miller and Gabe Jackson and Rodney Hudson, these are guys who are going to make you work in practice. These are some of the best at their position. I think that matchup's going to be amazing for you.
And actually it is. So, funny story. My first day back in pads with the Raiders this past season. First padded practice in years, right? Coach Marinelli put me in pod drills. That's a full pad day. You basically just take on a double team and you fight. That's pretty much what it is. Mm-hmm. First play, went in there. I got hit, got turned around and blew off the ball. Second play, I split the double team and threw one of them on the floor. So yeah, competition is very important. I don't feel like you can progress without competition. It takes failure to win, if you ask me.
David Irving is our guest. What was it like growing up in Compton? Tell me about your childhood.
It was pretty tough. Of course, we were, a family in poverty. You know how that goes. My mom told me when I was 7, she said, we don't have money for college or anything like that. She said, so you're going to have to play sports and get a scholarship, or you're going to go to the Marines when you're 18 like your father. But one thing's for sure, you're going to be out of my house when you're 18. And she forced me in sports. I didn't want to play. I was a kid crying in practice every day for the first week or so. And I wasn't very good. For the first year, I was the guy getting ran over in practice. We were still tough back then. We did Oklahoma drills openly. It was like a big show, So my first year, I was a kid who would get ran over, sit there pouting about it, and my mom was yelling at me, cussing me out. So it was tough love. Definitely a conditional loving environment for me. But you know what? I feel like the way I was raised made me who I am. I wouldn't change a thing. All the hard times, all the bad times made me who I am, and it's given me some resilience about myself. And, I guess we'd have to get into another segment to go into more depth of the Compton childhood, but I'll leave you guys with that for now.
No, I'm fascinated. I got one follow-up with that because we have some youngsters listening and obviously parents. Here on the Raider flagship, was there a point in your life where some friends were going the wrong way? And your mom or someone told you, you're not going down that road in Compton, you're going to go down this road, and it kind of saved your life and changed your life. Is there a memory like that?
Well, yeah, I had friends that went down that road, that path, but to be honest with you, I was that kid going down that path. My mom worked very hard to keep me on the straight and narrow. I do appreciate her for that. I appreciate it. My mom was a great mom. She was. She dealt with a lot. Single mom raising 3 kids in that environment in those times. Things tend to happen, but kept me straight. She did her part, and she pushed me down the right path, and now I'm here able to talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm thrilled to talk to you as we wrap this up. So this is key. I mean, the fans are frustrated. They're frustrated. This was a team that should have won 10 games last year. There were a couple of dramatic, heartbreaking losses because, quite frankly, the defense couldn't get off the field or the defense gave up a big play. There were offensive slip-ups, too. So it seems like you're one of the guys now coming in here with not only you've proven yourself, but you want to prove yourself again and be a leader on this defense. I'm sensing, David, this is go time. It's go time in Vegas. It's go time in the Raider Nation. The alumni, the legends, the Hall of Famers are expecting big things out of you, and you're telling me you're going to deliver for everyone.
I have to. I will. I am.
Outstanding. Thanks for your time. Look forward to meeting you and seeing you soon when we get in the building. Thank you.
Likewise. God bless.
Thank you for listening to The Game Plan on the official Raiders Podcast Network.